Japan has done in the post-war decades, and be able to sustain a big economy. Anyway?
I think they need to, because like in any industry, China want to kind of come up with the leapfrog technology. I mean, if they want to keep up the U.S. in space race, okay, and they're trying to do that, and there's a lot of fallout technology coming out there for commercial applications. The one area that I have been hearing a lot of talk about is nanotechnology. And there's a lot of people start to talk about it and start thinking about investment. So I think the Chinese government direction is that they have to be really the leader as compared to the United States, whether it be internet, IT, computer science, nanotechnology, biomechanical, all those things. They have to be at the leading edge. Otherwise, their economy will not be able to keep up.
There are some very run-of-the-mill kind of questions that Sheryl, as a journalist, I would imagine would ask, except that she didn't. We have just a few more minutes. So let me ask them on behalf of the journalists and trying to be in stimulating internal demand, domestic demand. Do you think that they'll succeed?
Absolutely. I think it...
Wait. I see somebody nodding, so I see somebody going like this. The four of you, you think yes, please raise your hands. Jeffrey, you're on my side.
Right.
Okay, fine. So, let them go first.
Yeah. Well, it's and I've already seen effect, and obviously, it's still a question whether how long it's gonna last. But in the short term, it's generate a lot of demand in not only healthcare but also in IT. In fact, in every aspect. China experienced a decline in IT for 6 consecutive months, and in March was the first time it had a positive growth. And I think it's going to last at least for a few more months with this new subsidy to rural areas with PC, home appliances. And what happened is it really helps with the new fund in the system. It boosts the liquidity, and especially the loan to small and medium business. And that's where the growth will come from. So I'm very optimistic in this, the effectiveness of the stimulus package in terms of domestic demand.
Jeffrey, you disagree?
Yeah, I feel it's difficult to change people's habit. It's true when you're changing the habit of spending, as you're changing the habit of saving. And if I look at the fundamental reason people spend, that here that the willingness or really this mentality plays a big role. And because of really 100-some years of difficult time, that I think there are many Chinese who still, first of all, in terms of culture, China is, has this culture of saving historically, and that's true in other Asian countries as well. And then also, because of really the difficult times Chinese went through, I think many people still really feel that it's very important to always save enough money for the difficult time, for rainy days. And that, to me, would take a long time to change. I think it's going to happen, but it's going to take much longer to really make a difference in the short term on the economy.
Well, I think that you guys are all, smoking stuff. One thing that nobody mentioned, I think that if you want to really stimulate the economy, the best thing is real estate. 20% of the economy is one way or another associated with real estate. And if you can get the residential housing market going in the mainland of China, I think that's the best way to stimulate the
first
economy.
We need to squeeze the bubble out of the real estate. Right?
Well, the real estate bubble, I think, is over. But anyway, Mei Wei, you just want to disagree with me.
No, I agree that real estate and the government doing everything they can to keep that real estate growth going. I think the key things you look at is China is run by leaders who are technocrats, who really do this management through objective or MBO. And once they set a target, generally the SOE and the bureaucrats follow and deliver. For example, in auto, they said we're going to have 10 million units this year. And guess what? We're moving towards 10 million units. We're going to grow 10% every year for the next 3 years. And the market's going. And they have enough, the appropriate incentive and stimulus in the market that will allow people to start spend. And the Chinese like to spend, okay? Especially they like to spend for premium brand and so forth. But right now, the social net is not there. And the Chinese government are really looking at building social security, healthcare, and so forth. Once that's in place, which part of the $4 trillion is to do that, then I think the Chinese consumer is going to start spending.
I think that's one thing wrong with the Committee of 100. That is, all the members are the smart, middle-aged people who got high degrees from overseas, and then and otherwise they would, and then run major MNC companies, multinational companies. Otherwise, they would not be invited to be a member of the C100. So you got some old guys such as myself, who is not smart enough to go to a top university, who's not smart enough to get a PhD, and do real estate, and then we contribute to the economy a lot. So, so I want to challenge Kai-Fu finally with one thing. You said that young Chinese youth like to join MNCs. They don't like to be the other Lee. They like to be this Lee. They don't want to be Robin Lee, which is L-I, by the way. That's how you differentiate where they're from. Jeffrey is from mainland China, so he spells it as L-I. Kai-Fu is from Taiwan, so he spells it as L-E-E, okay? So Kai-Fu, you say that young Chinese don't want to be Robin Lee, L-I. They want to be Kai-Fu Lee, L-E-E. Run multinational companies. Is it really true? There are so many smart young people today in the mainland of China because of the lack of education, for example, like the four gentlemen here. And yet, look at the experience in Taiwan 40 years ago, 30 years ago. It is really those guys who stayed behind in Taiwan that became what they call the dark hands, Sheryl, that really were successful. They founded manufacturing companies that eventually made a lot of money. So are you sure, Kai-Fu, that they really don't want to be entrepreneurs such as Robin Lee, rather they want to work for MNC like Kai-Fu Lee?
Okay, so I think you took my answer a bit out of context. So let me answer in a couple of
Give
parts.
you a chance.
Do the college students prefer in their heart to found the company and to be their own boss or join an MNC? I think they would prefer the former, right? They dream to be an entrepreneur and to be a billionaire. Do they, in fact, apply to multinationals or local companies? They today apply to multinationals. We never lose a job offer, certainly never to, we never lose a job offer to a non-MNC. And we generally win all job offers, period. And I think there's a third part of the element, which is there is a conscience among the college students who are looking at who are starting to realize, do they join a local company or a multinational? They're starting to see the values and integrity in the multinationals to be appealing. So I was answering to the second and third elements, but I don't deny the college students largely want to be a billionaire startup owner.
So they want to be a Chan, not a Lee.
All right. Okay. I have to stop, but I cannot resist the last question, so just give me one answer, yes or no. This is a question, okay? Is this the right time to buy China-focused stock funds? Jeffrey?
Yes, I'm doing it.
You're doing it. Very good. You're putting your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
Yes.
Ya-Qin?
I don't make my investment decisions anymore.
Okay. Maybe.
My wife is doing it.
And she's doing it.
And she's smarter than I am.
And she's smarter than you are, and she's doing it right now.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, 3 out of the 4 here are buying China-related stocks. So I think we have to call this session to a close. Thanks to Sheryl, my co-moderator.